If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns walked off the field Sunday night with a sense of relief and accomplishment, as their 24-10 victory over the Las Vegas Raiders wasn't just another win, it was a crucial statement about the resilience of this team and their ability to stay healthy in a league where injuries often dictate the fate of a season. Coming off the game, there was a buzz in the locker room about how well the Browns had managed to navigate the matchup, despite missing some contributors, namely quarterback Dillon Gabriel and defensive end Alex Wright, who were sidelined but whose absence didn't seem to slow the team's momentum. Cleveland fans have been paying close attention to the team's injury report all season, and after a game that saw the Browns perform cleanly and efficiently, the narrative turned almost immediately to one key moment that had everyone holding their breath. Rookie running back Quinton Judkins going down mid-game on any given Sunday. The sight of a young player hitting the turf and needing to be checked by medical staff can create panic, especially when that player is one of the team's top performers. But in this instance, it was a situation that ultimately ended with good news, giving fans and the franchise plenty to celebrate. Beyond the final score, Judkins' scare came in what looked like a routine play initially, but the moment quickly grabbed attention because of the physicality of the sport and the fact that the rookie has become such a cornerstone of Cleveland's offense. Head coach Kevin Stefanski was candid about the situation in his post-game press conference, detailing exactly what happened and how the team's medical staff handled it. "I think he came out the first time because he fell on the ball," Stefanski explained, illustrating how football's split-second physical collisions can sometimes appear far worse than they are. And then the independent doc called from up top, brought him out, checked him, and he was good to go and was cleared again this morning. So, he's good to go. The transparency from the coaching staff reassured fans, as there was immediate concern over whether Judkins' hit could develop into something more serious, perhaps a concussion, or a lingering injury that might impact the Browns' plans moving forward. Thankfully, it turned out to be nothing more than a brief scare, with the rookie appearing shaken but ultimately unharmed. It was a relief not only for the team but also for the fans, who have been tracking his performance closely all season, watching him grow into the lead back role that Cleveland had been eagerly awaiting for a full decade. From the moment Judkins returned to the field after being cleared, it was clear that his presence remained a driving force behind the Browns' success. He not only avoided further injury, but he also contributed meaningfully to the win, scoring 2 touchdowns and racking up 47 rushing yards in a performance that solidified his role as the bell cow of Cleveland's backfield. The numbers tell a story that goes beyond a single game, reflecting a rookie who has demonstrated a combination of patience, vision, and explosiveness that has made him one of the most talked about running backs in the NFL this season. Judkins now stands at 667 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns through 10 games. A remarkable achievement for a player in his first year, particularly considering the mid-season uncertainty he faced after dealing with off-the-field issues. Cleveland fans have reason to be optimistic about the backfield's future because Judkins has shown resilience, athleticism, and an ability to step up when the team needs him most, even after brief moments of adversity like the one against the Raiders. The significance of Judkins avoiding a serious injury cannot be overstated in the context of the Browns season. As teams look ahead to Week 13 and beyond, staying healthy is critical for maintaining momentum and building consistency, especially in a division that features competitive matchups every week. Cleveland's medical staff, along with Stefanski's careful management of player health, has created an environment where players can perform at a high level while minimizing risks. And Judkins' situation against the Raiders is a prime example of this approach working effectively. While injuries are part of football's landscape, the ability to recover quickly and return to play without lasting effects can make the difference between a team that contends and one that struggles to stay in the playoff picture. In that sense, the news about Judkins is as much a strategic victory as it is a health update, as it ensures that the Browns can continue to rely on their top rusher without needing to adjust offensive schemes or find alternative solutions. Looking at Judkins' journey this season, his evolution from a promising Ohio State rookie to a key component of Cleveland's offensive strategy has been remarkable. Despite missing the start of the season, he quickly claimed the role of lead back upon his return, demonstrating an ability to read defenses break tackles, and create explosive plays that have made him a focal point of the Browns' attack. His progress has been steady, and the team has shown confidence in his abilities by giving him carries in critical moments, trusting him to make things happen on the ground. With each game, Judkins continues to solidify his case as one of the league's most productive rookie running backs, and his ability to stay healthy after minor scares like the one against the Raiders only strengthens the argument that he is built to handle the demands of a full NFL season. Fans have watched him mature quickly, and there's a growing sense that a 1,000-yard campaign is well within reach, especially if he continues to play with the balance of aggression and patience that has defined his performances thus far as Cleveland prepares for its next challenge against the San Francisco 49ers. The news about Judkins' health injects optimism into the team's preparations and game planning. The Browns can move forward knowing their lead back is ready and available, allowing Stefanski and his staff to focus on other tactical concerns without the added worry of managing an injured running back. This kind of continuity is invaluable for a team that relies on rhythm and timing in its offensive scheme, as well as for the locker room's overall morale. Judkins' recovery and immediate return to play after being evaluated underscore the effectiveness of Cleveland's medical protocols and reinforce the team's belief in their rookie sensation. It's a storyline that not only highlights his resilience, but also reflects the broader culture of the franchise, which prioritizes preparation, careful player management, and a commitment to maximizing talent while minimizing unnecessary risks. The game against the Raiders may have ended with a score line that reflected a clear Cleveland victory, but the real headlines for fans, analysts, and the coaching staff were written in moments like Judkins' brief exit and rapid return. The performance of the Browns' offense, coupled with the team's ability to navigate injuries and maintain composure in key situations, paints a picture of a franchise that is both adaptable and determined. Judkins' role as the feature back is only going to become more critical as the season progresses, and the team faces tougher opponents. And the fact that he came through Sunday unscathed is a positive sign for the months ahead. Cleveland fans can take comfort in knowing that their rookie star is ready, motivated, and capable of delivering game-changing performances whenever called upon, which bodes well for the team's aspiration in the playoff race and beyond. In short, Judkins' avoided injury against the Raiders isn't just a moment of relief, it's a symbol of hope, progress, and the potential for a memorable rookie season. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. It's the kind of story that instantly sends shockwaves through the NFL rumor mill and gets every fan on the edge of their seat. If you thought training camp was all about the veterans flexing their muscles and reminding everyone why they're on the roster, think again. There's a new name floating around, a fresh face in Browns gear. And according to whispers around the facility, this rookie isn't just standing out, he's rewriting the playbook before the season even begins. People are talking, insiders are hinting, and the excitement is palpable because the way he's been moving in practice sessions has left coaches, teammates, and even rival scouts doing double takes. It's impossible to ignore the energy he brings, the sharpness in his roots, the kind of instinctual plays that you usually only see in seasoned pros. It's all there. And the story spreading through the locker room is that the Browns' entire game plan is shifting because of what this rookie has shown so far. Rumors aren't just swirling there, building into a storm. You have to picture it. The team, traditionally meticulous and precise in their approach, suddenly having to rethink formations and strategies on the fly, because this kid is doing things in practice that nobody expected. He's turning heads with every rep, and people are talking about how his presence alone is forcing the coaching staff to question some of their long-standing assumptions. Some say it's not even about physicality, it's the football IQ, the way he reads defenses, the quickness in decision-making. Every drill, every pass, every snap is being analyzed, dissected, and immediately being thought of in terms of how can we use him differently. You can feel the buzz just imagining the conversations in the huddle, whispers of adjustments, subtle changes in play calls, all centered around what this newcomer is capable of doing. And it's not just speculation from a couple of coaches, the teammates themselves, the ones who know the ins and outs of these routines better than anyone, are reportedly being blown away. They've started treating him like a disruptor, not in a negative sense, but in a way that commands respect. It's the kind of aura that makes everyone around him rethink their own game, wondering if they're keeping up, questioning if the veteran strategies they've relied on for years are suddenly outdated. There's a tangible sense of intrigue. Conversations that used to be about who's the starter or who's the backup are now laced with mentions of this rookie, the unknown factor, the one who might just tilt the balance. Before anyone even hits the season opener, you can almost hear the murmurs in the cafeteria, the locker room banter that starts with a quiet "Did you see him do that?" and escalates to "This could change everything." The coaching staff, sources say, is equally fascinated and cautious. On one hand, they're thrilled by the upside, the potential to inject new life and unpredictability into the offense. On the other, they're scrambling to see where exactly this kid fits without destabilizing the system. The rumor going around is that there have been multiple late-night film sessions, staffers huddled over tablets, making notes, analyzing every movement, and debating how to integrate him. Some believe they're considering redesigning certain packages just to highlight his strengths, while others are whispering that he could end up being a wild card, the kind of player that forces the Browns to play chess, while everyone else is still stuck on checkers. And the media insiders who have gotten glimpses into these practices hint at a scene that's almost cinematic. Veterans watching with a mix of admiration and disbelief, young players eager to match his intensity, and coaches scribbling furiously. Clearly torn between tradition and innovation, the ripple effect extends beyond the team itself. Rumors from other locker rooms suggest that scouts from rival franchises are starting to take notice, quietly adjusting their assessments, perhaps even recalibrating expectations for upcoming matchups against the Browns. The narrative is that this rookie has injected a level of unpredictability that could make the offense harder to prepare for, more dynamic, and fundamentally different than anything opponents expected. Even die-hard analysts who pride themselves on breaking down every practice tape are reportedly scratching their heads. There's talk about a fresh lens being required to fully comprehend his impact that traditional metrics and previous film study might not fully capture. What's happening on the field, and fans, of course, are catching wind of the buzz. Rumors exploding across social media, amplifying the mystique. Every highlight clip from practice seems to spread like wildfire, each one reinforcing the growing sense that something remarkable is unfolding right under everyone's noses. And here's where the rumor mill gets even juicier. There's chatter, low but persistent, about how this rookie might be shifting the balance within the team hierarchy. Traditionally, the Browns have relied heavily on their established core to anchor plays and set the tone. But the whispers suggest a new dynamic is emerging. Maybe it's subtle, maybe it's not. But some insiders hint that playmakers are adjusting their timing, others are rethinking routes, and a few are reportedly even embracing a slightly more cautious approach, all in recognition that this newcomer could very well steal the spotlight if given the opportunity. It's that kind of tension that makes locker room dynamics fascinating, where respect, strategy, and competition collide. And right now, according to insiders, every conversation about offense seems to have a side note. Where does he fit? Even beyond the strategic adjustments, the hype around this rookie has introduced an intangible effect. People are talking about the energy shift, the morale boost, the kind of contagious intensity that makes a team feel younger, hungrier, and more unpredictable. There are reports that practice sessions have taken on a different tempo, that the presence of this one player is subtly forcing everyone to raise their game, to question their own preparedness, and to seek that extra edge. Some veterans reportedly acknowledge feeling challenged in ways they hadn't expected, which, depending on how you see it, could either spark internal competition or inspire collaboration at a higher level. The rumor, persistent and persistent, is that this one player has become a catalyst, a spark that could redefine not just individual roles, but potentially the overall identity of the offense. And let's not forget the fan angle. The fans are already eating this up. Social media posts, fan forums, and chatter threads are buzzing with speculation, predictions, and wild scenarios. Some are convinced he's a future star, others cautious but intrigued. All united by the thrill of discovery, there's a sense that everyone is witnessing a pivotal moment, that we're seeing a young player whose rise could be historic, or at the very least, the kind of shakeup that makes an otherwise routine season suddenly unpredictable. The rumor alone, amplified by insiders and amplified again by fans hungry for excitement, is enough to create a narrative that's difficult to contain. Every video clip, every passing mention by beat reporters adds fuel to the fire, and suddenly, this rookie isn't just a name, it's a story. A phenomenon, a potential game changer whose presence is already making its mark. Even the veteran coaches, typically measured and reserved in their assessments, are reportedly unable to suppress signs of astonishment. Some sources hint at subtle nods of approval, quiet discussions in hallways about play adjustments, and a palpable energy that's hard to ignore. There's talk that every offensive session is now subtly tailored to test, push, and explore what this rookie can do, almost as if they're holding nothing back and preparing to fully unleash his potential when the time is right. And the rumor continues to spread like wildfire. Some insiders are even suggesting that the Browns' offensive philosophy could experience a subtle but meaningful evolution this season, all because of the presence of a single, talented, and seemingly fearless newcomer. So, while the preseason calm and routine often lull fans into a sense of predictability, the buzz around this rookie has created an undercurrent of excitement, speculation, and sheer curiosity. It's the kind of narrative that makes you lean in, that makes you imagine what the regular season could look like if the promise seen in practice translates to game day. There's a palpable sense that something big is brewing, that a player who wasn't even on anyone's radar a few months ago could now be a defining factor, and that the Browns, whether they embrace it fully or cautiously integrate it, are witnessing a potentially historic shift. The rumor persists, the energy spreads, and the conversations won't stop, because once a rookie arrives and reshapes expectations this dramatically, there's no going back. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike are all watching, waiting, and wondering just how far this story will go, and if what we're seeing now is only the opening act of something that could define the season for the Browns in ways no one dared imagine just weeks ago. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!